Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Are you there? It's your boy. No, sorry, it's your daddy, Mr. Macaroni. Keep watching Crypto TV Plus if you want to be doing well, especially. You get me now? Alright, you're doing well.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. My name is Faith Aquari. It's another Monday morning. Top headlines. Binance launches Crypto Education Hub in Cameroon in collaboration with Inoni Tech. Crypto Solutions Ripple points to lack of understanding of technology as a major barrier. Afghan police closes down cryptocurrency exchanges to enforce central bank ban. If this is your first time on the show, do want to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Crypto TV Plus. Click on the bell icon to stay updated whenever we release a new video. Now the story in full. Binance announces the launch of a crypto education center in Yaoundé, Cameroon in collaboration with Inoni Tech, a non-profit technology company that provides resources and training for youth in Francophone Africa. The hub is set to equip crypto enthusiasts with more resources to thrive within the ecosystem, foster offline connections, and provide up-to-date crypto news and training. Since the launch of the Binance Masterclass Education Series, Binance has educated over 600,000 Africans about cryptocurrencies, some offline and some virtually. The head of Francophone Africa, Binance, said, "Through Binance Crypto Center, we see a more hands-on approach as an essential step in demystifying concepts, fostering the correct understanding of the many opportunities that education, Web3, and the blockchain ecosystem can bring to Cameroon and ultimately to Francophone Africa." Moving on, crypto solutions company Ripple publishes a new report into crypto trends in business. The report highlights the blockchain-driven Internet of Value that transcends national borders and enhances or replaces existing ways of doing business. According to Ripple, blockchain and cryptocurrency technology, together with central bank digital currencies, CBDC, are expected to have a big impact on institutions, and NFTs are being leveraged by enterprises, governments, and in different ways as new use cases come to light. However, Ripple claims that the nascent state of these technologies and the inability of many to fully understand the possibilities, together with the ponderous application of regulations, the crypto industry is having trouble surmounting these barriers to more widespread adoption. Ripple's report gives credit to NFTs for a lot of the consumer interest in cryptocurrencies and blockchain, although it does point out that the user experience with the NFTs has not been easy due to infrastructure and design. Finally, police have closed down at least 16 cryptocurrency exchanges in the Herat province of Western Afghanistan in the last week. The closures were carried out in response to a ban on crypto trading that had been in place for about 3 months, according to reports. It was apparently referring to a ban imposed on online foreign exchange trading by the Central Bank of Afghanistan Bank. A central bank spokesman said, "There is instruction in Islamic law to approve it. As a result, we have banned it." Head of Herat Money Exchangers Union Ghulam Muhammad told the news that digital currency accounts are outside the country and are purchased from the companies. Our people are not familiar with it, so it is not better to use it. In addition, the central bank would begin prosecuting Afghans who violate the ban. Today we'll be taking an in-depth dive into the state of the market and how we can drive mainstream adoption into the blockchain ecosystem. Now, before we get into the discussion, let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the weekly news recap here on Crypto TV Plus. If you missed out on the latest news this week, here are the highlights. Bitcoin ATM manufacturer General Bytes confirmed that it was a victim of a cyber attack that exploited a previously unknown flaw in its software to plunder cryptocurrency from its users. A report published stated that crypto lender platform HODLNet is facing a financial deficit of $193 million.
The Australian government began its efforts to regulate the crypto space by announcing the launch of a token mapping exercise to better regulate the market.
Sorare, the global fantasy football game, has just announced Second Division Europe, a new competition. Peter Sheriff took to Twitter to draw the attention of the crypto community to draw the facts that CNBC was discussing Bitcoin widely and in a positive tone. Wagme United announced that Crawley Town Football Club has agreed to a new shirt sleeve. New projections show.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back, everyone tuning in from around the world. This is Inside Blockchain. The crypto traded market has not seen the best of days since the bear season started. High volatility, protocol hacks, crypto exchanges hacks, among many, have continued to ravage the industry. However, we have seen disrupting and innovative projects emerge despite the winter. Bitcoin reached multiple all-time highs in the year 2021. Despite all of this, the industry is still in its infancy stage and evolving on a maximum scale. It is difficult to predict where the industry is headed long term, but in the coming months, crypto analysts are following regulations and educational mechanics to push mainstream adoption of the blockchain technology. Today, we'll be discussing around the market and how we can drive mainstream adoption in Nigeria. To join in the conversation is crypto market analyst and enthusiast Rume Ofi. Mr. Rume Ofi, how are you doing today?
Very well. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me, Faith.
Yeah, amazing. Before we get into the conversation, how did you get the name Crypto Preacher?
Interested. I think the last time I was asked this question was in 2019. When I joined this space in 2016, fully doing it full time in 2017. When I go out to talk about crypto and how, in fact, the truth is this industry makes one wiser. So when I used to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and how it could help, because for me, it's an opportunity to help young Nigerians to be able to have some sort of financial independence using this tech. When I talk, people just say, I met a lady at some point there. She was telling me, preach on. You know, I also went somewhere again, I think in Lagos, and when I was talking, the guy was like, preach it. You know, so I like, what am I even preaching? Or what am I talking about? It's crypto, right? So it's crypto preacher.
Amazing. And now you're here to preach the gospel of crypto to us. To kickstart the conversation, let's talk about the market. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty about the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the general health of the market. Can you say where the market is heading right now?
All right, it's easier for people to come because I always tell my mentees and those around me that it's easier to just begin to put figures together. This industry is nascent, that is, it's at this early stage. So what people should concern themselves with is getting the needed education. Needed education means having to read the first material propounded by the anonymous innovator Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Understanding what the Bitcoin blockchain is all about, and understanding the problem that Bitcoin itself solves, which is a peer-to-peer cash, right? Rather than just talk about, Bitcoin is going to be XYZ amount in XYZ period of time. So it's a way, I was talking about a few things yesterday, more or less sounded like an attack on Bitcoin Maxi. For those that don't know who Bitcoin Maxis are, people that actually speak solely about Bitcoin and call the other shitcoin. So they are not selling Bitcoin well. That was the point I was raising. in the sense that it is being said by the anonymous creator from the white paper that this is an electronic cash, right? Which is supposed to be used to do transaction away from the traditional banking system. So it is sovereignty in itself. So the idea of either buying and holding long term or some saying that's going to be 1 million this or buy and keep that is not the right way to brand. So it's also going back to your question saying that what's going to be the price. I'm always very, very careful to say that because the Bitcoin is going to stay for a very long period of time. So the idea is let's focus on equipping ourselves, pushing adoption genuinely because some other persons are not doing this genuinely at some point. There's a lot of things to talk about, but let me leave it here, Faith.
Amazing. I know we have talked about the market right now, and you have said we should move away from just trading and move into education. Getting ourselves equipped with the right measures and protocols in place. Now let's talk about regulation. The U.S. recently cracked down on Tornado Cash. A report shows the protocol facilitated millions of dollars of illicit crypto, and of course the recent protocol breaches and crashes. How does this affect the market?
All right, so it's more or less like a perception for those coming. That is why I always go back to education again. What is the essence of this technology? It gives you freedom. It takes you away from government. But now government is coming because some people also feel that anything that you're going to do need to have some sort of government backing. But that's not what the space is designed for. The decentralization that we're talking about, it's on its own. So for us to some people talking about government validating or giving okay to some of these projects, it's playing out now that government is seeing it from the perspective of just money laundering and terrorism financing and illicit activities. This is solving a problem. Some persons don't want their identity to be known, which is also very important because of privacy issues. So, but the government cracking down on all of those things, it only shows that the government is all about control, and people should understand that the government is all about control. So, if we must look at this industry beyond having government validation, we have to have a rethink. So, all of this is having to tell on those that don't have the knowledge, right? To tell them that oh, it doesn't have government backing, so let's stay away. But those that have the knowledge, this only shows that for government to be going towards this industry in this way, it only means that we need to have a rethink on how to preserve our industry in terms of not giving government how to regulate it because we are the ones to regulate it. Right? That is why you see self-regulated organization here in Nigeria and some other places saying that this is how these things should be done. Government are not saddled with the responsibility, right, to give a proper regulation to this. They are about only control. So we are the ones in this space that are knowledgeable and even getting more people to get the knowledge to say that this is how the best practices are supposed to be done. This is how, because if you give government, that is why there's a backlash. A lot of people are complaining that this is not how it's supposed to be because government don't understand. They only see it from a one-time approach. Oh, this thing might be circumvented against us. Like I said, government is about control. So if we're telling them that no, this thing is not supposed to be like this. It is not supposed to be about people trying to use cryptocurrency to invade regulation. No, people cash is more used to do illicit activities than cryptocurrency. I don't know if you saw the figures some days ago that I think about this year that cryptocurrency is the least used for illicit transaction. I think it dropped the figures dropped to about 15% as against all other medium where people use to launder money or fund terrorist activities. So we are the ones involved. We know how we can be able to tell government that this is how it should be as against how it affects the generality of the whole society.
Amazing. But do you think that until we get inbuilt bodies to, build that regulation system, right now the government regulation policies that are being put in place are stopping, do you think in any way are stopping the entry into, the crypto ecosystem?
All right, I think the government is not saddled with responsibility to go and research. A lot of these guys in the government agencies are either employed to do some other things. So now this industry is giving them some tough time because they have to also go into research, right? I was listening to a Twitter space some days ago about the one of the law enforcement agents in Nigeria talking about how they are being trained. Even those of us in this industry here in Nigeria have to take extra steps to train these people because they are not this that was not their initial jurisdiction, right? So to answer your question effectively, I think those in the industry that have the knowledge should be able to do some level of partnership to those in government or government agency to say this is how it's been done uh, for illicit activities not to happen. This is how we can assist you because we also need a sane society, not a society where people can do anything. We don't support illicit transaction. We don't support money laundering and terrorism financing because we have a society to protect. So a collaboration between those involved and those in government is very, very important so that they get a clear picture because they don't understand. We do this as both technologists and both end users. Thank you.
Amazing. Let's tilt a little bit into proof of work. Now, there's a conversation on on Twitter about censorship in Ethereum with proof of stake, considering what happened with Tornado Cash. Now, comparing proof of work to proof of stake, how would you weigh in on this?
This is a very fine question you just asked me. For someone, most times I try not to go really techy because we have diverse audience here, and I believe a high number of people that will be watching this today should have some level of simplicity. What is proof of work? Proof of work is a consensus mechanism where people work to be rewarded and cryptocurrencies, where new cryptocurrencies are issued to them for doing a particular processing transaction. Then proof of stake is people validating transactions, right? And it's quite easy. It doesn't use huge power and a whole lot, right? You just have for the Ethereum own, you have to use about 32 ETH to be able to be a validator, right, in the network. So this being explained, for I have an issue with proof of stake in terms of uh, security and the fact that it is not decentralized in entirety, right? It can be attacked first and foremost. Even it has some level of centralization, right? Which I think those that understand will not be that excited. You must have heard about a lot of things going on these days. The frenzy in the new model of a particular blockchain that I really don't want to talk about, maybe because of the fact that it's. It's not centralized in its entirety, and it can't be attacked. Right, the government can come after it like they did to Tornado Cash. So I prefer proof of work because you need hardware to do that. You are rewarded, and anybody can do that from any part of the world. And if you begin to look at now, uh, it is not vulnerable, right? But proof of stake is vulnerable. So that is what people need to put into consideration. But the truth again is, for you to know all of this, you need some form of knowledge that will take you to this level to be able to discern that proof of work and proof of stake are two different things. And I would have preferred a proof of work to a proof of stake because proof of stake is just validators coming with amount of huge bags to validate if the transaction is okay or is not okay. But for the proof of work, people have to put the work. They have to put in uh, high level machines to be able to compete, and the ones that solve the competition get it, rather than just putting making it quite easy, which doesn't use I know it doesn't use energy like compared to proof of work. So I fear for proof of stake because those validating, if they have issues, they can easily affect the system, the network. So it's attacking them or doing something of tornado cash to them, or it becomes a disruption already in that sector. But for proof of stake, it is difficult to do that because they have validators in all parts of the world, and it's really difficult to get. So for me, proof of work it's not better as against proof of stake because anything can happen, and like I said, government is about control.
Amazing. We still have Crypto Preacher in the studio today, and we're talking about mainstream adoption and market analysis. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking in-depthly into crypto adoption. Don't go anywhere, stay with us, we'll be right back. It will be interesting to know that despite the similarities you find with most NFT projects making waves today, their use cases differ on all levels. The Ledger Market NFT is miles away from just being another collection on the block. You want to know why? Let's find out. The Ledger Market is a platform for artists and brands to release their NFTs. Customers on Ledger can connect through Ledger Live and sign their transactions. Once you become a Ledger NFT holder, you get first access to it.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bo of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that dial. Peace.
Hello and welcome back. We are still having Crypto Preacher in the studio today. We're still talking to him around crypto adoption, mainstream adoption, and also the market analysis. If you're just joining in for the first time, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. So Crypto Preacher, let's talk about crypto adoption. A report by Funders shows that the global crypto adoption table rate puts Nigeria at 27%, just under India at 29%. What do you think of crypto adoption in Nigeria and Africa?
Crypto adoption in Nigeria is growing rapidly. You must have seen the statistics from that just came up, I think, earlier this year from Cointelegraph, CoinGecko, and a few others that the search for how to invest in crypto, where to buy crypto and Bitcoin all put together. Even Google Trend, it's Nigeria is the tops when it comes to those inquisitive about cryptocurrency, which brings to mind that there are a lot of factors that are pushing that. And the Nigerian people see a situation whereby they need to try other alternatives which are not working for them as against their indigenous currency, which is losing value. So people need to protect themselves. I think that's one of the key driving factor. And you know that we have a huge amount of unemployed people. Also, we have a very good number of young people in our population of about 250 million people. That I think the young population of about 18 to 35 constitutes about 62%, if not more. So these young people need tech, they need blockchain, they need cryptocurrencies to be able to move head to head with their contemporaries outside the world. And when they hear things going on and how they could do very basic things like flipping the Bitcoin for their local currency, which is the naira, or either holding it because of the fact that if you hold it, you tend to get more naira because of the appreciation in value. They begin to tiptoe the situation, man. This is in a way to be able to salvage their immediate needs. Let's not forget the fact that people need things to survive, the basic needs of life, food, shelter, and water. And mistrust from government has not been able to provide that in a very long period of time. So the tendency to go towards things that are giving result is very high, and I think cryptocurrencies are one of them. And adoption in that case is moving rapidly.
I totally agree. And the rate of unemployment have, brought up a huge amount of growth in Africa startups. Now, a report shows that Africa startups raised over $3 billion in the first half of the year, with Nigeria leading with 32%. Now, Traction also recently announced the close of its community funds of $15 million to invest in African startups. Now, tell us what you think about it, the growth of crypto products in Africa, also in Nigeria.
So let me focus in Nigeria. I know because for Africa, we're looking at Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa. Those are the few I can pick now. Maybe because of my few friends I have over there. The crypto and blockchain industry is growing also over there. But let's come back home, because they usually say charity begins at home. The truth is that yes. So the truth is that Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is blessed with some of the most smart young people in the world. You must have seen the flutter waves of this world, and it's a whole lot. Even exchange platforms, indigenous based in Nigeria, like some of the PIDAs of this world, and some others that are coming up, the big mamas of this world, and some others. So it only brings to mind that we have a huge responsibility as collectively as a people, because government has not proven itself. Because when government gives us an enabling environment, right, I believe that Nigeria is going to be tops, because we have human capacity, and these people have seen it that the way to go is to use their strength by just sitting in their house and maybe with knowledge put together with that to be able to solve global problems. You see, people these days, up from the COVID period till now, people are getting international jobs here in Nigeria, and they are doing very well. And a lot of these companies are seeing Nigeria as a destination, because Nigerians, by their nature, are very, very passionate people. So everyone wants to come here. Everybody wants to come to Nigeria to do their investment, because apart from the energy that we have in doing our things, we still have very basic things that we compete with compared to those outside of Nigeria. So we just need very very basic things to compete with, and if we get those things, we'll do a lot. And one of the most important thing where some of these establishments are really skeptical, because they would have trooped in their numbers, is because of the fact that our rule of law is not right. We don't have a power. If we have some of those basic things, I believe strongly that a time will come that the world we reckon with Nigeria. It's already happening in some sectors, like in the entertainment industry, and I think this industry is going to take a quantum leap in that nature, because we all realize how the Nollywoods of this world came up from. This is how the crypto industry is moving from Nigeria, and the best is yet to come. A lot of these big top exchange companies, you see them coming into Nigeria now. You see all of these DeFi protocols are coming into Nigeria. This is just the beginning, because we have what it takes, irrespective of the fact that we have bad economic policies, we have a plenty power supply, we have all of the things to contend with, but we are still pushing forward.
Amazing. And despite all this put together, Nigerians are very enthusiastic and very strong. And even in the crypto space, we should see a lot of Nigerians still, having that forefront of, I believe the market is still going to, drive upwards. Now, we've come to know that the major events in the crypto space are catalysts driving prices upwards. One of the drivers of the market recovery from the last bear market was the announcement of Facebook's crypto Libra. And of course, the Bitcoin having of over 4 years, every 4 years. Now, the buzz around the transition of Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake has been on for quite a time. I know you don't really want to touch on the topic, but we don't really have a choice. And the day is near. How do you think the market will react to this?
I think the market actually is reacting to the macroeconomic challenges that we have in the world. Russia invasion of Ukraine, housing market in China, which is about 20% of their GDP. The world is also contending with the threat for China and Taiwan. You must have heard of that. Then we see oil shortage because of the war, the invasion of Russia to Ukraine. You see that all energy prices are going up, which you see inflation rates going up. So there's a lot, even in our country here. You can see our inflation rate is about 19.6. In the US, it went down the last time to about 8.5, and a lot is going on. So Europe is heavily challenged with the price of oil. I think Brent crude yesterday was about 101 for a barrel. So the macroeconomics is, you cannot take it away from what this ecosystem is all about. I understand that there are a lot of discussion about, when we go to Ethereum 2.0, the price is going to skyrocket. So guys, please, let's not be too happy about a lot of things going on. You cannot take the global economy from the crypto, because when people find it difficult to meet the basic needs of life, they don't have any reasons, quote and unquote, to go and buy Bitcoin or buy one token. So let's not. I strongly believe that uh, uh, the macroeconomy is very, very key. You see, a stronger dollar now is becoming a challenge. The dollar, I think about it, yesterday, today is about 108.5, right? So, which means that when we have a stronger dollar, it only suggests that all these other currency, their currency is going to be weakening, right? Which means we might be headed towards either a more higher inflation rate or a possible global recession, because the world is kind of connected. The globalization has actually connected us together. So, for example, in China, where you have a zero COVID policy. So the zero COVID policy is when there's let's say there's a COVID outbreak in a particular place, let's say in Ikeja or maybe in Lagos Island, they have to isolate that area. They have to lock down that area. So logistics is very important from coming from China. China is the second largest economy, and a lot of things are imported, are actually being imported from that place. So all of this put together, we affect the economy in some sort, right? You can see now that Europe, because of the war and because of sanctions, some of these countries that are no longer that are part of the NATO, that are no longer having to transact with Russia now, the energy rates over there are getting increasingly high. And OPEC, which is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, are actually trying to put pressure on themselves to be able to bridge that gap. The discussion with Iran and all of these are going on and stuff, even with the sanctions that where them having sanctions in the US. So if we begin to discuss this, you need to see that in every form, the world is connected. So crypto industry cannot work in isolation. We are still nascent. We are still beginning. This is still very early. I must say, having the likes of yourself, Faith, and some other person, I must say you guys are all early to be in this space. So you can imagine 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we'll look back and say, oh, once upon a time, we have all of these challenges. And it actually held the industry backward, because we need some form of growth in this industry. So when we're talking about 100 trillion market capitalization of the crypto industry, 100 trillion, 100 trillion or 10 trillion, so we know that we have a very strong industry that can move away from all of these sentiments going on in the macro world. So, but I think I've been able to answer your question. The industry cannot work in isolation. A Ethereum merge will come and go. We might see some price reflection, but I don't expect too much from it, because I've seen Fox in the past, and it happened, and nothing really happened because of that in terms of price movement. Let's also not forget. Sorry, I need to bring your attention to something. Let's also not forget that this merge that is happening, not all of this is going to include all of the miners. Some persons that are for the POS mechanism, consensus mechanism, did not go with those for the proof of stake guys for 2.0. So it's more like a splitted house now for the Ethereum ecosystem, because some refuse to go to proof of stake. So those that are not going to proof of stake are still looking for ways to either stick to proof of work or look for other project that they can go in, because these guys, they have invested in mining hardwares and machines. So for them to just shut all of those down and move to proof of stake is really difficult. Thank you very much.
And I'm still very sure that we'll still have a lot of people that will negate what you just said, but we'll have that future battle of conversation in the next or future episodes. I also want to emphasize on the imperative need to also bridge the gap between the traditional market and the crypto market. That is what is going to push forward the future of blockchain technology. Let's go on another break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up today's episode.
Like it or not, Move to Earn have emerged in recent months, and what they do is they basically bring together elements of play to earn and fitness apps, mash it up and reward users for exercising, which is absolutely motivating and pretty cool if you ask me. Hey y'all, welcome into the metaverse on Crypto TV Plus. Today's video will fit different, as we're going to be taking a portal into the iStep metaverse. So get fit and follow me. iStep is a lifestyle app on the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the boy of the bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that dial. Peace.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in today. We currently have Vume Ofi, crypto preacher, in the studio today talking to us about the market and the future of crypto. We currently have a poll running about the price of Bitcoin at the year end. A higher percentage of participants believe the price of Bitcoin will be between $21,000 and $39,000. I understand you may not want to talk about the price or give financial advice, but how do you think this will play out considering the oncoming halving?
All right. Fingers crossed. Like I said, it's easier to call numbers when it comes to Bitcoin. Anybody can just call numbers. But the reality is we're in a very serious situation, which I think we should see some headway between. This year is already gone, if you ask me. Next year, say second quarter, thereabouts, when we have begin to see a clear path. The market is going to always reward those that are patient, right? So I don't see Bitcoin getting to 30K by the end of this year. I don't see Bitcoin get to 30K because a lot of people are still scared with a lot of events that are going on in the world today, and with the fact that a lot of hacks have happened, and a lot of companies have actually filed for bankruptcy. It was a made of 3AC and the Celsius and a lot, Luna crash, Terra Luna UST, so people lost a lot of money, and coupled with the fact that, like I always say, the global economy, which is we need to also put in consideration, is there. I don't think we will see a very strong market moving upward now. So personally, maybe my crystal ball should still be around that, not too bad, between 2021, at the end of the year.
Amazing. Finally, to wrap up, moving forward, what structure or protocol do you think should be put in place to help drive and push the mainstream adoption of the entirety of the blockchain technology in Nigeria?
So a lot of things are happening these days. So in the last 3, 4, 5 years, who we want to say that cryptocurrency will be done on traditional media? For example, I still remember when I did my first publication on Business Day. it was like there was supposed to be an earthquake. So a person was even telling me that the government is going to come after me, blah blah blah. But today we are doing analysis on national TV, on China's TV and stuff. You can see even on very major TV stations in the world globally, CNN and Bloomberg actually talking about cryptocurrency. So that's a step in the right direction, which is also pushing adoption faster than we can imagine. So it's a job of everyone. You are doing also that by pushing adoption. It is not something that will get to happen once. It's something that we'll do gradually. I still remember in 2016, 2017, we could hardly see YouTube videos that is tailored to what we want to learn in the space, right? But now we see content everywhere. Now we're not having a challenge of people choosing between the kind of content that suits your personality and the content that they originally are supposed to go for. So the adoption is moving. It's going to move gradually. It's not like I'm not expecting us to say, well, to have maybe a president come in Nigeria and say, oh, let us use crypto as a legal tender, like what we have in El Salvador and Central African Republic. That's also a very great step to push adoption. But gradually, we're going to see the reality setting because now is a phase, right? You begin to see countries get involved with digital currency, central bank's digital currency like the CBDC. So, and looking at it, it seems that the government of this world has focused in digital payment, coming from COVID era till now. So as the wider adoption for digital payments, be it the e-naira or digital naira or the digital yuan and some other currency that will come up in the future, because all of these countries are doing their pilot scheme, we're going to see that these digital payments are going to rub off on cryptocurrencies at some point. And with that, it will lead to a massive adoption going forward.
Massive adoption going forward in the crypto ecosystem. What should we be expecting from Crypto Preacher before the end of the year? Yes, before the end of the year.
All right, so we've been doing a lot. We've been pushing a lot in terms of human capital. For me, it's human capital development. We have a community, still growing a community, very young community of about 3,000 people in around Africa and outside the continent. For me, I believe strongly that when people are educated, it's easier for them to do exploit, right? So we are not coming up with something that we just meet a short need, right? We're doing collaborations to push adoption with exchange platforms here and there, and protocol here and there, AMA here and there. But we're going to see more push from the Crypto Preacher with the traditional media, which we're already pushing, come with more awareness and see how people can be safe when it comes to getting involved in this industry, because people are just about making money and in the process getting themselves hurt by Ponzi scheme guys or maybe bad actors in the space to rip them off, which gives them a very bad view of the space and turn their awareness or their interest out in the space entirely. So we're pushing adoption our own way through education. And what we hope to do is very, very we need it. It's very, very very tough doing that, because we have to step on toes to prevent the Nigeria ecosystem in order to expose certain people, certain things that are not supposed to be done in our ecosystem, for our ecosystem to grow effectively. It's not easy, but we're getting there to push for more adoption from the traditional media to the social media.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rume Ofi, for joining in on today's episode. We had an amazing time with you. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, Faith, and I think it's always home for me talking about Crypto TV Plus. We know how we started this all together.
Amazing. And that'll be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus to get daily info on all our programs. Thank you for staying with us. I am Faith Ekwari. I had Crypto Preacher, Mr. Rume Ofi, in the studio today. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.